Hey guys, this is George here and welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing episode 2 of choosing the right substrate for your tortoise. But this time we are doing exotic tortoise species. Now these species tend to come from South America, rainforests, where it's a very humid place. For example, the redfoot tortoise, the cherry-head tortoise, these are examples of tortoises that live in South America and do have high humidity. Now some do come from Asia, places like that, but mainly they come from South America. So here I have 3 substrates I recommend, and over on the right we have 3 substrates I do not recommend. So let's start with the ones I do recommend. So here the first mix is, let me see if I can get a better picture of that so you can see it. Right here is cocoa husk, cocoa fibre, or like topsoil or anything like that, with moss. Now the moss and the wet nature of the soil keeps topsoil, anything like that, remember, not compost, keeps the enclosure humid for the tortoise. And obviously, remember, research the species depends how humid the species likes it. Depends on how much you spray it and how much humidity you would like to retain in the enclosure. So there is the first option. Ooh, and by the way, the moss I recommend, I don't recommend, again, you don't go out and get any old moss from out the garden, because it can bring foreign bodies into the tortoise's enclosure, for example mites and things like that, and you really don't want to deal with that. It can drastically impact your tortoise's health in a negative way. So I recommend sphagnum moss from the shops, live sphagnum moss, and then it dies, and then you buy a new bag. You can get them from Exoterra, Zoomed, different places like that. Okay, next is earth, or, again, don't use compost, again, foreign bodies, rant over. So, topsoil, anything like that, mixed with bark chips. Now these are large pieces of bark, but you can use bark chips. This also helps maintain a medium humidity. So this is kind of perfect for the redfoot tortoise species, because they enjoy a medium humidity. I don't know the exact humidity percentage, but around a medium humidity. So that's, again, to maintain humidity in the tortoise's enclosure. Okay, and the third and last substrate I recommend is just, again, pure topsoil, cocoa husk, cocoa fibre, eco-earth, just that, because that also will retain humidity as long as it is soaked. Now again, obviously depends on the species. Research the species you want before getting it. This is just a general guide to what substrate suits you and your tortoise best. So that is the last one I recommend. So again, the ones I recommend: sphagnum moss with topsoil, bark with topsoil, and just pure topsoil, cocoa husk, coconut fibre, anything like that, eco-earth. So as you can see, it all contains eco-earth, topsoil, anything like that. Now let's move on to the right, to the substrates I do not recommend. So let's start off at the back. This is the substrate that is in my tortoise's enclosure now. This is a Russian tortoise, or Horsfield's tortoise. This is a 50-50 mix, sand and topsoil or eco-earth, or, again, any of that. This is a 50-50 mix with topsoil. So, this species, desert species, perfect for this, but not perfect for exotic species that come from the rainforest, because it does not maintain a good constant enclosure humidity at all. Keeps the area nice and dry. Again, common misconception, you have to have water, a water bowl, and I keep a humid hide just in case. But in general, it keeps the enclosure dry, this substrate, so definitely will not work for species from South America and the rainforests, for example. Next, we have just pure sand. Now, there's two reasons for this. First reason is that it does not maintain an enclosure humidity. Again, very dry, keeps the enclosure a very dry enclosure. This isn't even good for desert species, and the reason it's not good for any tortoise species is because it can impact them, which means it blocks their digestive system and can lead to a quick fatality. It does not take long, and it's just sand, and tortoises don't mix. It's a substrate. When you keep tortoises, stay away from pure sand. It does not work with any tortoise. Okay, rant over. Next, again, ignore the dirt. This is water. So, I recommend not keeping... I'm not going to say all tortoises, because the box turtle, again, is semi-aquatic, so you can have 50% water, 50% land. But in general, tortoises and turtles, the main difference is that tortoises are land-dwelling species and turtles are aquatic species. So can be in the sea, lakes, ponds, anything like that. But in general, tortoises land, turtles aquatic. So, water, obviously, your tortoise will drown because it cannot swim. And yeah, that's kind of the substrates I do not recommend. I recommend, do not recommend. So let's go over them again. I recommend sphagnum moss with topsoil, bark with topsoil, and just pure topsoil. I do not recommend sand mixed with topsoil, pure sand, or water. So those are the 6 substrates I'm going to cover today. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. But yeah, thank you all for watching.